Hi everyone, it's Caroline. Thanks for coming over today. I appreciate you visiting and having some fun time in your creative space. I'm going to do my Hillside Heart prompts today. I'm a week late. And I'm going to do the random selection 1. I like surprises. That's why I don't want to look at them. 3. We have from Pam Van E, Idyllic. Another one from Pam, Watch. And from Cree Rama, we have Watercolor. I'm going to... Oh, and pardon the background noise. If you do hear that, it's our generator. We've been out of power. We had a big thunderstorm, and we also had tornadoes coming through our area. Weird, but it's true. Tornadoes happen. And so our power's out, and it's been out for, I would say 12 hours now. I'm going to choose this page. This spread here, it's already prepared. Okay, I looked up the definition for idyllic, and I'm going to write it over here. It might get covered, it might stay. Idyllic, and so I have to find something here that is any of those: extremely happy, peaceful, or picturesque. And I think I know what I'm going to do. Okay, I've gone into a magazine that I received as a prize, and it's an Ideals magazine, and I found this image, which I have pictures like this on my computer of the beaches that we have visited and stayed at. This is very similar to some of those, but I'm going to use what I have already instead of printing something out. I love the sunset. This is very peaceful. Lots of great memories here. So I will take it apart a bit. Look at how these colors are working out. Okay, that is totally amazing. That's kind of fast and easy. The other thing I found, now, of course, this is Victorian. The sewing machine here, though, except for the base of it, I had more of ours was more of a cabinet style, but it was a Singer sewing machine, black like this, and it was very similar. I'm going to use this because this is also very peaceful and just gives me extreme happy feelings, and I think I'm going to put that there. The other thing I'm doing is I don't want to waste the page. So I'm fussy cutting this knitting basket because that's also something that gives me those feelings. There. I'm going to see if there's anything else that I can add. I was going to add something on the background, but I already have this the painting that I did when I started the journal. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to make this into a pocket or a tuck spot. So I'm going to use this as a tuck spot. I think I might have to put a little bit more in here, more glue. Up the side, oh, maybe over here. I'll do it that way. Then I can enter it. Let's go like that, a little bit at a time. Then I can put something in on this side like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to watercolor a piece of paper. Well, I'll make some kind of envelope. I'm going to put this here and use the flat edge as the Yeah. And then I can talk about what these feelings, peaceful places, peaceful feelings, places that remind me of just great memories altogether. Because my sewing not only gives me good childhood memories, but also sewing with my friends, sewing in class, in our home ec class in high school. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. So many great memories with that. I loved it. My kids laugh because they're like, yeah, really, Mom, you loved it. No surprise. Well, I have this piece of paper that I printed out. This is a collage I did myself with some old postcards that were given to me. And so I just made a print of it. And I was going to use it in a different project, and I can print off more of these. But what I want to do is use part of this and make, so this will be the inside, make part of that. And I'm going to do some watercoloring on an envelope. Or I'm going to make an envelope. The other thing I found, it's funny, I'd cut out some magazine images. It's hard to see. This one's gray. It's very light in color, but it's a watch. It's a modern watch, wristwatch. So I'm going to use this, and I made a sticker out of it. So I'm going to use that. I had it in my little basket beside me, and I have this rubber stamp that's a pocket watch. I just looked over and I saw this envelope. It's kind of in a little pile beside me. So I want to keep this pretty simple. I'm going to make this into two. Let's watercolor this first. And I do have some watercolors that I received for my birthday. Dollar store ones are finished. And I'm going to use this. Do some watercolor. This will not go with any of the colors that I have right now. So I think what I'll do is I'll go a little more neutral. Oh, here we go. Power's on. Okay, I'm into the yellow. Well, I'm just doing random colors. I'm going to just put some pretty bright orange on here. I guess I'm getting my cue from the sunset. This is very peaceful. I'm just adding a bit of interest here to the edge. I'm going to make it a side envelope. I don't even know where I'm going to put this watch. I think it just has to go somewhere randomly in the sand on the beach somewhere. Time and sand. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I think I'll just do it up here on the edge. Okay, I'm going to add some of this Stays On. To the pocket watch. Add some of my copper fashion shimmer that doesn't spray, so I have to dig in. And I'm going to outline the face of the clock, or the watch. I think I'm going to. It didn't. It's very subtle. It's okay. I have a few other things that have shown up. And this piece of magazine that I cut out, the word, it actually said calming, and I cut it down so that it says calm. Edging it with the same copper paint. I have to let that dry. And the other thing okay, so then I found this card that I had made. I cut the little girl from a magazine. I had some cheesecloth, did some dots on this piece of paper, added some scraps, and this is going to be a journaling card. I'm going to put this in here. I'm just going to add a little bit of this on the edge here. I'm trading in my nozzle here for this paintbrush. Just going to have a little more control. I think that'll work. Let's see. Now I'm going around the whole edge. Not being careful, just going for it. Okay, so she's going to be a journaling card in here. And the reason I chose this card is she just goes with the beach. My mom used to put my hair like this. And I drew this little tiny watch on her wrist. So that's part of the watch. Just, childhood memories. And the watch here, I have to outline the face. These wings have been cut out for such a long time, and I just keep putting them other places. I was going to copy them. I was going to put them with another body. I'm going to use it as my tuck spot for over here. I could keep this together, but I think I'm going to put this over here for the watch. I have a story that I used to have dreams with clocks and angels, and I did an earlier journal page that was dedicated to that. So here's a watercolor piece of paper that I already had. So that's going to go in here as my little journaling card. Use that. So that's why the angel wings, clocks, the beach, the sand, sand in what do we call it? An hourglass. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to glue this down. Oh, nothing goes together, but to me, it just makes sense to me. And I think that's what the lesson is today. These prompts would be so different if anybody else used them. Just throwing random pieces of cutout magazine. I want to put a tab on here now. See, it just doesn't stop. And so I need to put a tab, and what will it be? I have a random piece of, what do we call this? Faux tea bag that I made. So I'm going to don't need it all. Can use that. A staple will be perfect. So this will be another journaling card. And I'm going to put my angel wings in the sand. Just finishing off with some copper highlights. A little heart right there. And some dots, just random dots. Maybe even on the wings. Just having a very peaceful session. Here's today's finished 2 pages on my Hillside Heart prompts. The hearts that were picked today were, or the words were watercolor, idyllic, and watch. And I used this page from a magazine and this one too. And I just cut these out, and this was on the other side of one of the pages. So idyllic means especially of a time or a place extremely happy, peaceful, or picturesque. Well, right away, when I looked at the magazine, I saw this image of a beach, a sunset. I have so many amazing, peaceful memories of beaches and sunsets, and in my childhood and in my adulthood. So I had to choose that. And then I saw this lady here sitting at a sewing machine, which brings me amazing, happy, and peaceful memories. So I had to choose her too. She's vintage, but that's okay. This is a Singer sewing machine, and that's what I learned how to sew on. And then also I love to, which brings me peacefulness, is knitting or crocheting, just any of the yarn arts. So I had to put that on there. I added just some copper dots. I put the description of the definition of idyllic up there. Have this I made this little card a while ago when I first started junk journaling, and I put a little watch on this girl. This could be me, and it just reminded me of when I was little, going to the beach, just all kinds of things. So I wrote about that on the back. So that's a journaling card, and that sits in here just to talk about my memories. And then I made this envelope from another envelope. I cut an envelope in half and I just made like a pocket, I guess. Added this word with a stamp of a watch. Here's another watch that I had cut out from a magazine. These wings have been floating around, and I thought the whole clocks and angels thing from my childhood dreams, and I put that in there. Took a piece of watercolor paper and I added some journaling on here. And that's my fun, I think it's fun, colorful. Oh, and I did some watercoloring too on this envelope. So the pocket watch stamp that I put on both sides, and also the watch that I had cut out from a magazine that was in my scrap basket. And then just the extra little things that I added with the copper paint. I think that just gives it a little more whimsy. I hope you have some inspiration today. Thanks everyone. Stay adventurous and stay fresh. I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.